I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
That's good.
So, Jessica, what got you into doing art in particular?
Well, my mother used to give us art supplies instead of sitting us in front of the television when we were younger. We spent a lot of our time doing that, and it was kind of a way to escape things in a way, but also to examine parts of myself that I wouldn't be able to examine otherwise. Nature has been probably the biggest inspiration I've had in just the shapes and how everything's perfect. It doesn't get more perfect than that. I spent a lot of time out in the woods. I grew up on Cape Cod, so there was a lot of beaches and woods there, and I spent a lot of time traveling and hiking and exploring, and it was just a really nice way to explain things. Van Gogh was my biggest inspiration in the past, and different surrealist artists, but a lot of impressionists because of the colors that they use and the vibrancy of everything, and how it really speaks the emotions through color.
Any things that help enhance your creativity?
I've experimented with a lot of different psychedelics, and I love smoking my marijuana. It helps for multiple different reasons, but especially in the mind state to be able to paint and have it flow. And sometimes it comes from a different space that I'm not necessarily sure where it comes from. It's just coming and channeled through me. It could be different people, different time periods, just kind of, I free my mind and let whatever comes through, and sometimes it doesn't really seem like the kind of painting I would usually do, and in those instances is sometimes when I have the most interesting outcomes. This piece here is called Kiku and Chu, and it's a Buddhist philosophy. It's the middle way. So this is Ki, which is the physical aspect of life, and Ku is the spiritual aspect of life. You see in here there's spirit and that makes up the tree, and I kind of made this so it was supposed to be like an arrow pointing upward. And this is the middle way in between the two, lotus flower, and there's a phoenix. Incorporated a Mayan aspect in here, and that's Hunabku, cosmic butterfly, but it's also a Mayan god, kind of the godhead aspect. Again, it was probably something that was channeled to me. I started getting into Mayan history, and it really interested me.
Jessica, what is this piece in particular here?
So this piece is called Other Worlds, and it's based on, it has the chakras, and this person's meditating. I kind of realized that they looked like an alien a little bit, and I'm not sure if that was supposed to be that way, but that's the way it came out. Have energy down here.
What's the significance of the stairway?
I'm just going up to heaven and the ethereal realms. And then this is an aspect that Alex Gray tends to use a lot, the spiritual mind lattice, which is another thing that I tend to see in visions and psychedelic experiences. There's a DNA strand that goes across. It's the basic, building blocks of what we are. These circles here are based on an out-of-body experience I had, and what I go through when I have the out-of-body experience. I start to see the stars, and I'm rushing through all the stars. And then this is a world that I went into when I did this painting a long time ago. I think it's a place in my subconscious that I remember from other lifetimes, or just other realms that are there that you can't see with the naked eye, but they are there. Multiple realities going on at the same time, and when I'm dreaming, I can tap into them.
What's going on here?
It's the solar flare dragon. I started getting interested in all the solar flares that are going on, still are going on, but we've had some pretty intense ones. And I started doing these pieces with computer parts on them.
Why computer parts?
Because I feel like we've changed into technology driven, and we rely so much on this technology that we have, and I think it's seriously crippling in some aspects. I mean, it is. They're so focused on these things, and they don't pay attention to what's really going on. got all kinds of stuff on it. I have some phone screens,
Okay, cool.
batteries. This is the dragon's head. Computer parts from keyboards. And I have a good number of these kind of paintings. So you got this person meditating over here, and this lily pad and lotus flower. Lily pad's there.
On your art, this lotus.
Center of a sunflower. Yeah, the lotus flower is a sign that a lot of people use.
Now, is that some sacred geometry that you got going on?
I'm not exactly sure. These were channeled too. These circles actually were different things. This one's felt. It's kind of like supposed to be the central sun. So this is one of the Mayan seal paintings. I did Mayan seal paintings. I haven't finished all of them, and I don't have many of them here, but this one is Sib, or the warrior. Different totem animals. There's an owl. You can kind of see it, but it's supposed to be like just vaguely there. This is the eagle. And it's kind of like an angel, the wings here. And this is when I was going through, coming off of the medication. I was on the Adderall, and I was quitting smoking, so I put tobacco in here, and there's some Adderall sprinkled in there.
Self-medicating thing for you. Your art's been a very positive turnout for a lot of things that you had trouble with and dealing with such addiction with cigarettes and things like that. So it's very therapeutic for you to work with art.
Yeah, very therapeutic.
Now, besides your paintings and stuff, have you done any work like outside in the community?
I've done some mural work for Copperfield's bar that's down near Fenway in Boston. A piano and a keyboard in the bathroom. So that was pretty fun to work on that. Other murals I've done for people in their homes, and just kind of adding something to something that was drab before. And
didn't you also do some type of work on a water bottle?
oh, someone had me design a water bottle label, so he's hopefully shipping me one of the bottles soon, and probably be taking it to festivals to sell them.
So do you go a lot of festivals?
I go to a lot of music festivals. I went to a lot of Fish shows, and went on Fish tour once, which was very fun. I ended up doing half of it. I have a painting, if you can just grab that one. This is a piece I did on Fish tour last year, and this was in Chicago, and it was one of the nights that, well, the afternoon, I wasn't able to get into the show, so we were all just hanging out outside, and you could still hear the music. And just kind of, when I paint to music, I kind of see patterns and images and colors when I'm listening to the music, and it comes out. It has a double dorje in the middle, which is the Buddhist symbol, one of the Buddhist symbols, together with the bell, and then they create the tools of Buddhism. It's the male aspect, and then this would be like a third eye.
So what's this piece here?
So this is based off of a Tool song, the song "The Grudge," and I've done a few paintings like this that have to do with the song lyrics, and it's one of my favorite Tool songs. So there's Saturn, and the stone, and red and yellow, and this is the ocean kissing. That's supposed to be the kiss.
Person in the shadow up there, what's that guy?
He's a person that's giving away the stone and transmuting it into gold.
Alchemy.
Yeah. So this is another one of the Mayan steel paintings. It's one of the first ones that I did. It's Lamat, or the star, and it actually has to do with artistic qualities and creative qualities in people. And there's a little bunny there, and he's the totem animal that's associated with that symbol. The symbol that's gold right here is the star symbol, and then there's an infinity. This is the infinity symbol here, and the flower that's associated with that card. It's called Kundalini Rising, to do with the chakras. If the root chakra was down here, traveling upwards into the crown. And this is one of the ones that I really worked a lot with textures. There's feathers, there's some plant life over here. There's these, I love these peacock feathers. There's glass bead texture gel and different kinds of texture gels incorporated throughout it. And it's just really unique. I love all the textures.
A lot of your work, you use a lot of mixed media in your work here. It seems.
Yeah, and it just adds a different, it adds some depth to it.